everybody, I'm Tom Vasel, and welcome to Week in Review, where we take a look at all the videos we put out last week. Last week we put out a few less videos than we normally do because we took the first part of the week off after our Spring Spectacular, but the second half there was quite a few videos, so let's talk about them. Here we go.
Hey everybody, I'm Zee Garcia. Here's what I reviewed last week. So I took a look at the Go 7 Gaming insert for Marvel United. It's a great insert. You can keep the whole core box in there, plus several other figures. It'll store your cards very nicely, sleeved if you want. It's got a nice token tray. I definitely recommend it. I reviewed 3 expansions, the latest 3, for Claim, a 2-player trick-taking card game. I reviewed Claim Reinforcements Fire, which I rate a 5 out of 10. That's my least favorite of the 3. The main gimmick is those red reveal things where you put a little, red plastic thing over and you can now read it. Read what the card says, which means that the card that playing with those sets leads to a lot of guessing in the trick-taking part of the game. Okay, don't really like that one too much. Claim Reinforcements Frost gets a 6 out of 10. This one is has some cool characters in there, and every card is foil. There's a ton of foiling. The foiling does make some of the clans a little difficult to tell apart, which I found problematic. There's these Ice Kings and Ice Queens, and they just look way too close, unfortunately. So that one's pretty good. And then Claim Reinforcements Fear, which I gave a 7 out of 10, is my favorite. That one I like. It's kind of spooky. It's got some great characters in there, vampires and werewolves and these shadows. It's very nice, easy factions to implement as well for the most part. And I think it's one I would definitely recommend pretty early on even. If you have Claim and maybe the sequel and you just want expansions, Fear is one you could throw right in there. And then lastly, I reviewed Polynesia, which I rate a 6 out of 10. This is kind of an area control traversal sort of game. It's neat. It's got an indeterminate end game trigger, which is fun because you're never quite sure when the game's going to end. The game is very subtle. It's very simple. It's abstract-ish. And it is one that personifies the things that the designer Pierre Sylvester does. His games are usually very small. They've stripped away anything that can be stripped away, and you are left with a game that you either appreciate for its absolute simplicity, elegance, and subtlety, or you feel like there's something missing and you want a little more splash. I'm somewhere in the middle, so it gets a 6 from me. So there you go. That's it for me, everybody. I'll see you on the next one.
Yo, my peoples, what's up? Jason here, still in my backyard, still watching my kids play, enjoying a nice spring day. I reviewed one game in the Dice Tower this week. It was Battlecon, Devastation of Indines, 4th edition, new for 2020. Wow, what a product. Tom reviewed it 7 years ago, gave it an excellent review. I carry that forward. Card-based 1v1 battling system, but the new edition, updated rules, different modes, multiplayer, solo, co-op, one versus many. There's so much in this package. 8.5 out of 10, seal of excellence. So this is Jason reminding you, enjoy your games and enjoy the day.
All right, for me, first of all, we have Doctor Who, Keys to the TARDIS. That's a terrible, horrible, no good game preying on people who like Doctor Who. It uses the same mechanisms as a kid's game. Just really disappointed with this one. I also had just a pile of games I didn't enjoy. I did 6 pretty bad games. Fired Up. I really wanted to like this one. It's about an arena where you are kind of betting on things that will happen in arena, but there's just too much going on for a game that really doesn't give you any kind of meaningful choices. Then we have Nouvelle France. A little bigger than it needs to be. It's a big box, lots of wooden blocks. Not the only big box with wooden blocks, but it's a nice, fun game where you're just kind of drafting blocks and building them on 3 different buildings trying to score points. The new expansion for Villainous, Despicable Plots. I really like Gaston. Less impressed with Cinderella's mother, whose name Mrs. Tremaine. I can never remember her name, but anyway, some cool villains and stuff. The villain from the Black Cauldron's in there. So I really liked the Gaston. The other 2 were okay and good, but it's still a solid expansion / standalone game. Then we had For Science. This is the other game with big blocks. I like this one a lot, but I understand it's not going to be a lot of people's cup of tea. It's a 15-minute speed game game where you're connecting cards, using those cards to build block sculptures to cure diseases. It's unique for sure. Then we have Fairy Tale Inn, a 2-player game that looks like Connect 4 with special powers. It's not quite that, but it is a solid back and forth game. Simple, but very enjoyable. And then the Funkoverse Alice in Wonderland. I thought Alice was a cool character, but the Queen is great, and great weapons in this one too, and a unique scenario for Funkoverse. Tim and I did a look at Tammany Hall in our Delay of Game series. I did my top 10 timer games with timers in them. And then there's a few other videos that went up over the week, Board Game Breakfast and the likes. So you can check them out. We got links to each video in the description of this one. Until next time, I'm Tom Vasel. We'll have plenty of videos for you this week. Here we go. And you've been watching The Dice Tower.